Yo, what is going on, guys? Winner Kills here, and welcome to the fourth and final round of locals feature matches for the week. Well, I guess I shouldn't say that. There may be more feature matches going up a little bit later in the week. Yeah, if I can get them edited in time. So you guys should have that. Hopefully, if I can get it all edited in tonight, because this is like the last night I can edit videos before I leave to go on vacation. So hopefully you guys are going to enjoy all the content that I have planned to go up while I am gone. Very, very special video going up on Christmas the 25th. Especially if you enjoy playing Speedroids, do not miss that video. So we're going to see the Swordsoul Tenyi deck here end up winning the die roll, opting to go first. And it's going to lead with Ecclesia into Moyi, reveal Blackout. It's going to get impermed, frame one, and then we'll see our Swordsoul player set to and pass. Unfortunately, that's how easy it can be to end Swordsoul's turn. One well-timed impermanence on a copy of Moyi or even a Tenyi can just simply spell the end of the turn. So yeah, really feel bad for my friend Adam there. We're going to see my friend John on the left here piloting the VW deck. The resident remaining VW player in our area. We're going to see him resolve Desires here. I believe he was on in the last round against the Hero deck. Which he did take the W there. If you guys haven't seen that match, I'll leave a link to it up in the top right. Where we're going to see him then follow up the Desires with a copy of E-Telly. Hopefully we see him synchro with a tuner and a non-tuner this time around. He's going to spec out a Nian, and we know the Blackout is live currently. Blackout could be semi-decent here in this matchup, clearing multiple names off the board for the VW player to continue to play off of. We're going to see him resolve Lulu here. Importantly, he's resolving the Lulu here while there's only one card on the field, because Blackout requires 2 cards on the opponent's side of the field to be able to destroy. So it's not like you can make the Lulu fizzle at any point. We're going to see him Synchro 6 into GG, and this is just going to really, really do a good job at trying to remove the threat of Blackout completely. Because it cannot be destroyed by battle or card effect, while he has 2 Wind Psychics in the graveyard right now. So run over the Moyi early battle phase, but it's for a good reason here to ensure that the rest of his plays can go through without having to worry about Blackout here being a pop 2. And of course, it's also a name for him to continue to play off. We'll see him activate Lao. That'll dump King Long. Lao will revive the Nian. So tuner, non-tuner right there. Also opportunity for a rank 6 play. We could see something like Fan or M7, and then following that up with the Zeus. That honestly seems like it'd be very, very hard to recover through. But we're going to see him go ahead and use King Long engraved. We're going to see him add GG, and we'll see what the discard is going to be. Another copy of Chuche here, and then we're going to see a Synchro 9 into a copy of either Vermilion Mech or Shen or Croc. But it looks like we're going to see the Vermilion Mech here. Banishing Lulu to go ahead and hit the set. It is the Blackout, so it's good that that card has been completely removed. It will act as sort of a pseudo extender in the graveyard, but really not too big of a threat at this point. Our VW player looks to also have Prosperity, Foolish Burial Goods, and the GG in hand, alongside, I think, another Kowloon. So, I mean, it's already not looking too good here for our Swordsoul player. The only other thing I feel like right now you'd want to establish is a possibly a Shen, because Shen's pretty decent here. Also, earlier I was saying he could just go for Zeus, but like he already used his battle phase, so he could not do that as easily, anyways. Going for the Juju that early is definitely a very smart play. Then we're going to see him go ahead and Synchro 6 here, since he brought Nian back using its effect. We'll see him go for Coral Dragon. That will clear the other back row. It's going to force an Imperm here. Don't care, didn't ask. And now Synchro 12 into Zulkin to get a draw in the process. Set a card to bring out Crystal Wing here. And yeah, this is looking pretty solid. And the Kowloon going to come up here in the main phase 2 to go ahead and bring out a Chuche from the deck. So now our Swordsoul player is going to have to worry about the Chuche pop and a Crystal Wing negate. Not a whole lot, but, in a situation like this where you're kind of low on card advantage and just don't have a lot of resources to work with to begin with, it's going to be very hard to kind of recover from. And I really don't know. Okay, he does have the Lily to keep going. Okay, I was going to say, I don't know how much more like gas he has in the tank here, but he's got the Lily to go ahead and dump another Nian. And he does have access to Shan Wu Engrave, so we could see him go ahead and get Shen access here. Well, actually, Shen access might be a little bit harder than I'm thinking, because he doesn't have a level 3 non-tuner engrave. But he could just revive the Lao that's in there, and then lower the level of the Lili if he does have Chuche access engrave, which I don't know if he currently does. So hopefully we'll see him do something with this Lili here and just not leave it on field. We're going to see him actually go ahead and use Chuche, though, right now. And Chuche is going to return the Nian and the Qinglong to destroy the Vermilion Mech, and that's going to add back the banished Lulu. His Vermilion Mech can bring back any tuner when it is destroyed. And then he's going to use Shanwu here, going to go ahead and bring back the Lao, and then Chuche manipulate the level there to go ahead and decrease it, I imagine, so make it level 3. So we can go ahead and Synchro 9, go into Croc. So now we're just adding more interruptions here. So now we have 3 interruptions, 2 pops, and a Crystal Wing negate. And then we're going to see the end phase GG add back the Lao. And we're going to see our Swordsoul player lead with a copy of Desires. Pretty good card to be able to help push through this board here. He's going to go ahead and thumbs up that Desires. It is good to resolve. I see a copy of the Heavenly Dragon Circle being banished there. Don't know how much of a difference that will make. I think I see a Vishuda in hand as well. Vishuda is a very, very good board-breaking card, but I don't know if it'll be enough. We're going to see the peak here. Activating Targeting Mo Yi to go ahead and revive. That is going to successfully resolve. Mo Yi effect will activate on summon, revealing Vishuda. And we'll see if the Crystal Wing is going to negate, or if he'll go ahead and pop the token with the Chuche or the Croc. And we are going to see the Chuche fire off here, putting back Shanwu and Chuche to get rid of the token. Essentially, you know, putting him back to square one. Still hasn't normal summoned, and that triple tactics talent is burning a hole in his hand right now. And he's just going to go ahead and scoop it up right there. I probably would have just led with the Vishuda, because I feel like Vishuda bouncing Crystal Wing would have definitely forced it, making the talents live. But when you start that way, I feel like with the summit, you just like play into Chuche more, and then you don't have a play to follow up that play, like to make it so you can actually resolve the talents. So I feel like maybe that could have been played a little bit better, but it is what it is. We're gonna see our players go into game 2 here. Swordsoul opting to go first, opening up with the Longyun, discarding the Ashina, getting into Baron on the 3rd summon and burning for 12, and then Mo Yi to reveal to go ahead and get the token. So very, very good opening so far from our Swordsoul player. And as he continues his combo, I'd like to mention a quick shout out to Imperium Duelist. If you guys are interested in picking up amazing playmats, sleeves, deck boxes, dice, and more, check them out, the link below. And don't forget to use my discount code WinnerKills10 off to save 10% off your entire order and support the channel in the process. And last but not least, if you guys are buying anything on TCG Player, please do not forget to use my affiliate link down in the description below. Anytime you guys shop and check out using that link, a small bit of the revenue from your purchase will go right back into the channel, and it does help out a ton. So getting back to the duel here, we're going to see our Swordsoul player comboing much deeper here, getting into the Chi Xiao. Ashina specking out an Adara that's going to get linked into the Monk. And then we're going to see the Adara add back the Ashina. We know he has Blackout. He's got the Ashina follow-up. Yeah, really, really good Swordsoul turn there. But we are going to see a Nibiru. And that is going to get negated by Baron. And then the standby phase, we're interestingly enough going to see the Baron return itself to revive a Mo Yi. I wonder if he'll use Mo Yi's effect here to get a token just as an extra body. He will have to reveal, I mean, he could just reveal the Ashina in hand anyways, because that is basically public knowledge at this point. You saw him add it back off the Adara. And it's also just a free Blackout tribute fodder, so you might as well. So we'll see and get the token on field. And Blackout's still live, and his opponent still has to worry about the Chi Xiao negate. I was going to say, there's not really like point in using the Baron there, but like getting it back in the extra deck to make on the crackback with the Longyun definitely seems worthwhile. So we're going to see our VW player lead with E-Telly into Lulu. Lili target Lulu. Go ahead and dump a spell and a trap here. See what he's going to go ahead and send. Probably Chuche, or nope, going to go for Shanwu, opting not to send a spell here, which is interesting. We're going to see Blackout on resolution, clearing off both of those bodies. and getting rid of the Monk, possibly. No, getting rid of the Swordsoul token there, clearing the Lulu and the Lily. This is a little rough now because I mean, he doesn't even need a normal summon because he does have Shanwu to let him keep playing. And he has the King Long in hand anyways. So it'll be a perfect discard target here to send off of that. And, because, I mean, if you black out that early, you put him on having a normal summon plus another name. But, I mean, he did dump the Shanwu there, which is very, very rough. It's going to let him play a lot easier here. And he does have the Lao Lao in hand alongside another King Long. So, playing through this board is not looking impossible, but it's not looking easy, that's for sure. And all the follow-up our Swordsoul player has right now is going to be very, very strong in the crackback. So we will see the Lao Lao targeting the Lily. We could see some Dark Ruler No Mores in the main deck. Unfortunately, did not see any of those. And he's going to go ahead and send a trap. And the Lulu, rather, will get revived by the Lao Lao. And now has a couple options here. Either a rank 6 or a level 9 Synchro. Looking at Crocosaur in the extra deck here. But that will be... I don't know if Crocosaur necessarily is the move. Since it'll be very, very weak right now. Since he only has one card in hand. And we know it's King Long. So he will go ahead and looks like Synchro 9 here. It's just a question of what Synchro 9 will he go for. Looks like it's going to be Vermilion Mech. Not Vermilion Mech. Okay, it's going to be Crocosaur. So going to try to get a draw here. It will go through and there is a Droll and Lock. This is one of the reasons why, like, I just don't like Droll and Lock is good against VW, and so is things like Lancia, but, like, sometimes it just feels like the Droll is just sitting so dead in your hand for a good chunk of their combo, and it just, like, it doesn't get that much value. It's, like, super rough. Like, he has to Droll and Lock for this late into the combo after he's already resolved a couple names. I mean, it's going to turn off Charge Warrior and Coral Dragon draws, I guess, and any pots that he has. But, I mean, odds are at this point he does not have any pots in hand. No Prosperity, no Desires. And we are going to see the Chi-Zhao get forced out by the King Long. He's going to go ahead and banish the Blackout to go ahead and attempt to negate the Crocosaur. And Crocosaur cannot even respond here because he needs 2 cards in the hand to discard. And also banishing the Blackout will give him back another token to be able to work with on the following turn. And also make it easier to use as Tenyis. We will see Chuche go ahead and not activate here. I mean, this is a very, very tough position to be in. I really don't know what else you do at this point. I mean, he is looking at Enter Blather. Enter Blather is an option. If you up the level of that Lao Lao, you could go for a rank 9 play. And then possibly have access to a 2 material, 2 Senzus. But he does have Lily, or Gigi rather. And Gigi is going to allow him to keep extending. He's going to dump a Nian to the graveyard. Pretty good last card to have in hand there. Pretty good Crocosaur draw, I must add. And then we're going to see... He's... okay, so we're going to see him bump up the Gigi. Okay, he's going to go for M7 for a rank 6. And that's going to add back the Lulu, because I don't think he's resolved Lulu yet at this point in the game. No, he's going to go ahead and add back the Nibiru. Because I'm pretty sure he E-Tellied out the Lulu, but we're just going to see him go a little bit more of a simpler route here. M7 over Monk for 1,700. And then he now has access to Zeus for just 1 send. And looks like we will see a send here of everything. Wiping the slate completely clean. End phase GG adding back the Lulu there. So I guess in that instance he gets both Lulu and Nibiru back. So I can see why he did that. Now it's up to our Swordsoul player to see if he can close out the game here through Nibiru. We'll see him spec Ashina, link into Monk, and then spec the Vishuddha. Ashina effects specking out the Adara. Now has a level 8 Synchro play available to him here. And he's going to go for the Boxia. Brightness of the Yangzing. Going to go ahead and shuffle back the Zeus. And then the effect of the Boxia to destroy the Monk to revive the Adara. And then we're going to see the Nibiru get dropped here. But we've yet to see our Swordsoul player even commit a normal summon at this point. So, yeah, I mean... And also the Nibiru token, interestingly enough, makes all the Tenyis live and grave. He's got Moyi plus Summit. That'll reveal the token. Or not reveal the token. Get the token. Synchro 8 here into another Chi-Zhao. And Chainlink 1 Chi-Zhao, Chainlink 2 Moyi. Draw and search. We'll see what he's going to add here. I think he drew a Droll and Lockbird off of the Mo Yi. How ironic. OTKing at this point seems very, very easy. That token is at least at like 3,300, I want to say, since it's attributed off a Monk and a Boxia. And the Vishuddha is live in the graveyard right now since he does have the token on the field. So he can go and just spin the Nibiru back to the hand. And he's going to add Longyun. And yeah, there's the Vishuddha. Bounce back the Nibiru. And there's the Adara to go ahead and add back to make the Longyun live to burn for another 1,200 and just swing in with the Baron that he could remake. So we're going to see it go to a Game 3 situation here. Swordsoul absolutely having no problem playing through Nibiru there whatsoever and going for the OTK. So we're going to see VW, as expected, go first here in Game 3, leading with Kowloon to go for the Chuche and activating Lao Lao as the first name. Usually not like a good sign here, leading with just Lao Lao as your only play, but having Kowloon with it will make it so much easier as you can get access to King Long, and that gets some access to Lulu, of course. I do see a copy of Artifact Lancia in the opening 5 here for our VW player. That's going to be a very, very big heads up here in this particular matchup. Like, that's the one thing like I don't like about the Tenyi variant of Swordsoul as opposed to the DPE variant, is it can play through Lancia a lot easier, doesn't lose super hard to Lancia. But I feel like in practice still the Tenyi version ends up just being superior on all fronts just because of the amount of plays it has access to and all of that. So, and the follow-up too is just much better, and it can just go second a lot easier. So we're going to see him discard an Imperm for the King Long. They're reminding that he does need to discard before he goes ahead and resolves the GG. GG will go ahead and target the Lao Lao, dumping a Chuche here. And we're going to see him Synchro 9 into a copy of Shen Shen. Activate Chuche to decrease its level, I'm imagining, to go ahead and make the Chuche live, add back off of the GG. And we'll see him pass turn there. So not the best opener, but Chuche and Shen Shen is pretty good, though. Might be good enough, especially if he has like Nibiru and Lancia in hand, which I suspect he might. We're going to see our Swordsoul player lead with Emergence, and then activating the Longyun, pitching an Ashina. And we're going to see a Cosmic Cyclone in response to the Chuche, and in response to the Cosmic, we're going to see a Lancia. That's got to hurt quite a bit, as it's going to clear the Longyun token, but he still has plenty of gas. Normal summoning Mo Yi, revealing a Taiye, getting a token here. He does have the Water Tenyi in hand as well. That's not going to do too much to help him keep pushing here, but the Tenyi engine is basically turned off at this point. And here you also have a very, very tough decision to make, whether you Synchro 8 for Chi-Zhao or you Synchro 10 for Baron. Or Grand Duke. Could have also been an option there. But Lancia is also turning off Shen Shen 2 at this point, so you don't have to worry about like losing out on the effects of like Mo Yi and Longyun. Because I believe they have to hit the graveyard to Synchro material. He is going to try to Nib. That will get negated by Baron, and then we'll see him pop Chuche with Baron effect, and then battle phase, clear everything else. And I really don't know much what else our Swordsoul player can do here. With what he has. So Nib Lancia pretty strong here in this matchup. Not much else, like I said, that could be done there. We're going to see him use the Baron effect in standby. That's just going to bring back a body in the form of Longyun, and then we're going to see our VW player lead with the Lulu here, revealing a Roshi in hand, dumping King Long, reviving GG, and then we're going to see him Synchro 6 here into a copy of either Charge Warrior or Coral Dragon. We're going to see the Charge Warrior, as this is the non-tuner here. And we're going to see him Synchro 12 into the Zolkin. Set a card. He just drew it off the Charge Warrior. Must be nice. Get access to the Crystal Wing. And it's a Desires too. One hell of a draw off the Charge Warrior there. Banish 10 to pick up 2 new cards. That's a Chuche and a Shanwu. Which is fine when you have King Long engraved. So we'll go ahead and banish that to get any name here. Any access to any name. But the other, well, I guess it's not an issue because he can go ahead and discard the Shanwu. That can revive another name to let him play off of whatever name he decides to add here. Looking at Lily, so we'll go ahead and take the Lily here. And see what names he has engraved. As he'll be able to revive them with the discard that he gets off of this King Long. But, Looks like he's not going for the Lili, thinking very, very long and hard about this. So it looks like okay, he will finally go for the Lili, discarding Shamu as expected. And then we're going to see Shen Shen revive itself here by banishing a copy of Gigi and Lao Lao, activating now the Lili. So he doesn't even need the Shamu revive yet. He can just play off of Shen Shen, sending another King Long here. And it's just a matter of, can he establish game? I mean, he does have the classic Crystal Wing and Crystal Wing Shen Shen combo, where you can use the Shen Shen effect in battle phase, negate and destroy it with the Crystal Wing, and then swing in for 5,800, which could be pretty devastating, especially if the other cards can swing in here and for a decent amount of damage. Because you go Shen Shen over Mo Yi, and then Lili over the Longyan, which I actually don't think he will be able to do that because Longyan has a lot of defense, I believe. But now we're going to see Chuche here actually go ahead and, I'm guessing, decrease the level of Shen Shen as he looks to go for, or perhaps upping the level of Lili to go for a rank 9, detaching Shen Shen, and going to go ahead and non-target banish one off the field, or one in the hand, or one in the grave, or one off the top of the deck. And we are going to see the calculator get pulled up here. And we're just going to see him go battle phase, in with everything, leaving him, his opponent with not too many life points to work with, but enough. Not going for the OTK there, but Crystal Wing, Zeus, and Set One might as well be an OTK. We're going to see our Sword Soul player lead with the Water Tenyi Spirit, Shithana, linking that into a copy of Monk, so that will act as somewhat decent protection here. Then we're going to see Chuche on the Monk, and this is going to trigger the Tenyi Spirit. Banish itself to go ahead and revive Monk. And he'll be able to destroy another card on the field. And this might just force the Crystal Wing here. And it looks like it will. So, I mean, at this point, if you're the VW player, you can just play very aggressively and just burn all the interruptions immediately, I guess, and just hope that he has no follow-up. Because, I mean, he is very low on card advantage, too. But he does have Longyan, pitch Taiye, and this is just going to go ahead and get sent by Zeus, and that is going to do it for the match. We are going to see VW take it 2-1 there. I mean, kind of a close game there in the end. But, I mean, yeah, it is rough playing through Lancia and Nib, so that's going to do it for this one. If you guys want to see more of my content, click on one of the videos popping up at the bottom of the screen right now. And last but not least, a special shout out goes to our Divine Level channel members, and they are Cadillacs84, Pony Start, Key Sitters, Tweeter0226, and Black Ninja Money. Thank you guys so much, as always, for your extremely generous support.